Unboxing the Pulsar Xlite V4. If at any point during the video you want to check out this exact same mouse, there's Amazon links below for the US, UK, Canada, and international links. But let's get this unboxed. A very nice packaging. Pulsar always does a great job. And there she is, the newest version, which I was really impressed with all the versions of this. Initial thing that I notice is, one, the bottom plate's a little bit different. It looks awesome, but it's so freaking light, guys. Like literally, this is so light for how big this is, and it feels great. It's a matte finish, so it's kind of a little bit grippy. I like that. I like how it fits in hand. It actually reminds me a lot of my BenQ mouse. Let's take off these covers, pulling those off. These are some of the more difficult to get off of here, I swear, guys. There we go. So one big skater on the top, curved one at the bottom, and you can kind of like feel, these feel pretty good because they go down at the edges, and then that looks like a pretty good approach. Let's put it on here really quick. Ooh, wow. Slight differences, more drag going up and down than side to side, but it's really smooth still. There is some inconsistencies with the up and down. It's really smooth, and I like the glide. The speed at which it goes is very controlled, but because of how light it is, it still feels really quick, but it does feel really controlled. I do think I'm gonna like this a lot, but I'm not gonna jump to any conclusions without getting in game and testing it, which we're about to do. Also in here, we've got the dongle, and we've got a USB Type-C to USB Type-A for an extender, but that is the dongle, like the X on there, and this is available. 8,000 hertz polling rate, which is great, but you need an extra dongle, which we have. So we'll also be unboxing this, but let's continue getting on to this unboxing. That's so nice, just works. And I absolutely love their branding here. In here, we've got the cable. Hopefully it's an ultralight cable. It looks like it's going to be. And here is the cable. It looks like it's a little bit stiffer than your average ultralight cable, I will say. It's definitely, it feels very high quality, but it does feel a little bit stiffer. It's fine because it's wireless for the majority of the time, but yeah, we might want to test this out. Then we've got maybe some extra skates. We've got a Pulsar sticker there. And also in the box, got a little specification baseball card type thing. That's kind of cool. I guess that's interesting. And then we've got some paperwork here, and that is it. No extra skates, no grip tape or anything like that. But let's unbox this other dongle. They have a cool little graphic on the back of what an 8,000 hertz polling rate does compared to a 4,000 and a 1,000. It just increases the amount of time per second that your mouse is updated its location on your computer. So it essentially makes it more accurate. Now for something like a keyboard, if I can get this open, it doesn't really matter that much for a keyboard, but a mouse, well, it makes a big difference. Not a huge difference, but definitely a big difference. Some more paperwork, and then that dongle. But here is the dongle. It's pretty light. It has some, is that sticky on the bottom? Nope, just some rubber, but it's Pulsar branded. We got the Type-C there. But with that, let's check out the mouse itself. Okay, first of all, it's a matte finish. It feels great in hand. Side buttons here feel pretty good. Pretty immediate, not a lot of travel. I do like that. I also like the position because when my hand is there, I can click the back one without having to like do a pull back. It's just a, so I like that. Got a little, what looks like a little light there. And then the left and right click, ooh, pretty nice. I don't like how much of the total travel there is, but pretty much no lead up there. Same thing on the other side. In the bottom out feel, there's not like a hard bottom out feel, which I typically like, but the thing is, you have really immediate clicks anyway. Definitely heavier clicks. Now the mouse wheel looks great. Ooh, and it's got nice tactility there. I like that. They're pretty close together. Now for a price of $99.95, this is solid. It's really light. Initially I like the skates, but let's jump in game and see how this thing does. We have a DPI switcher here, on and off switch. Okay, so this DPI will change over here, but that light does not actually come on when you turn it on, which is a little funny, but not a big deal. But we're gonna be using this dongle instead. So let's plug this sucker in and stick that little sucker right there. Now we have to figure out how to connect it. And it's pairing, you see it's blinking blue right there. Press and hold the left and right click and the scroll wheel for 3 seconds. We can see there the blue light and pair success. Yep, now it's fully paired. That's great. That's super easy, actually. Okay, now here is the actual software. We've got the Xlite V4 up here. We have an automatically launch on startup, but let's click on the mouse itself. We've got our left, right click. We have wheel, and looks like we can fully customize anything. We even have macros here, which is really, really cool. That's something I actually love playing with on mice. We can set when low power mode comes on. We have how long this goes until it's in power saver mode, which I'm actually gonna let it go for 5 minutes. And you can see on the dongle here, we can actually just set it to it's not on. It's only when it needs to be, it flashes blue when it needs to be recharged and turns off when it's charged. That's really cool, actually. You can actually use your dongle to know if your mouse needs to be charged, which is a much bigger like physical light. So that's really cool, actually. We have different profiles here. So you can see we have our wireless mode here. We're still at 1000 hertz, 76% battery life, excellent wireless stable connection, which is great. That's kind of cool they tell you that. And then in here is where we're gonna go through everything. So I actually like to have it, 10% increments. That's really nice. I like mine at 390. And you can see polling rate here, we're gonna turn it all the way up to 8000 hertz. We can also change our LOD or liftoff distance. I'm gonna leave it at 1 millimeter, but you can also do 0.7 millimeters, which is really cool. You can change your scrolling speed. You can change a lot of stuff in here. You have ripple control, angle snap, motion sync. You have a DPI effect, which I believe is that. So yeah, so that'll just like always breathe what it's on, which is really cool. However, I believe that's supposed to be steady and instead it's stratty. So I don't know about that. Let's jump in game and see how this thing does. All right guys, jumping right into game right away. I really like the way the mouse glides. It's controllable. However, it's still fast enough, and that's the thing I really like about it here. Yeah, I really like this mouse right away. Now, I think I like it so much, one, because it's so similar to my BenQ mouse, but I really like that it's ergonomic. The shape feels great. I think it's pretty similar to the other Xlites, but just slightly different maybe. I really, really like it. But the skates are really quite good, and it's pretty good for just clicking pretty dang quick. Maybe not quite as good as my BenQ. BenQ has some phenomenal clicks, but yeah, it's not quite as fast as my BenQ, and obviously probably not quite as fast as the G Pro X Superlight 2. But let's see how fast I can, and then let's go between this one. Actually, this one might be faster. That's honestly pretty good. Yeah, I really like this, guys. I'm impressed. Now again, all mice is like very much about the shape. However, the clicks here are actually really good. I'd still like the G Pro X Superlight 2, but you're like literally never gonna beat that. That's so good. The shape is really excellent. Let's see if we can do a little bit of close range sniping here and see how we feel and see how I feel about that. Yeah, ooh, very, very accurate. I love these skates. There's a little bit more drag one way. It's so controllable, and with it being so light, it just, you guys know I love that combination. So accurate. Guys, I'm super impressed with this mouse. Okay, overall, the things that I like. I do like the clicks, actually. I think I was able to be pretty dang quick with that. The scroll wheel is good here. It's nice and tactile. In a lot of ways, you can see they're definitely taking a lot from the G Pro X Superlight. This is a better scroll wheel, and it looks almost identical. Holy, it looks identical. I wouldn't say it's better, but it's exactly the same. It literally feels identical. The clicks here, I'm impressed with. I absolutely love the shape. I absolutely love the shape. The way that especially my right click rests on it, it's just so comfortable. I think I like the shape as much as my BenQ. I don't know if I like it more, but it's really quite good. Overall, for the price too, it's cheaper than a lot of the competition. You have an 8000 hertz polling rate if you want that, which I think is really cool. And it's super light. It might be one of the lightest in class, but setting it on the scale, look at that, 53.9 grams. They even underdid it. Compared to the G Pro X Superlight 2, 58.8. So you can see that's quite a bit lighter, and it's cheaper, and obviously that's not the Ergo version, the Dex. But I'm really impressed with this, and I absolutely recommend it. I really, really like this mouse a lot. But if you want to check it out, there are Amazon links below for the US, UK, Canada, and international links. But there's a CTR high speed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.